Okay, so close your camera if you don't want to show up in the registration. All right, I share my screen. Okay, so can you confirm you see my screen?
Yes, Marta, we can see it.
Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
So perfect. And Aya, can you admit the other participant? In the meantime, I will talk. Okay. So as you know, this workshop by me and Aya aims to talk about fundraising and budgeting for the event. So even if you are not going to organize an event in the next month, we suggest you to also take notes of what we say, because it could be always useful for the future. So specifically, what are we going to discuss? So the first part will be on what does fundraising means, and what are the benefits of fundraising, how to organize fundraising, and what are the basic rules of budget making, and all the financial stuff, so bookkeeping, etc. For the second part, that will be done by Aya, we will talk about how to build sponsorship documents for an event and pitch the event in front of the stakeholders, how to make decisions regarding the stage, and how to report the use of money given. So let's start with part one. All right, so what does fundraising, what does it mean? So basically, as definition, development and implementation of a strategy to collect funds in order to ensure the proven function of a non-profit and public interest organization. So which are the actions that are part of fundraising? As you probably already do in your local and national committees, there are many activities that are considered part of fundraising, so researching funds, as collecting membership fees from your members, asking for donation, selling products as food, for example, organizing profitable events, and looking for sponsors. So these last two things will be the main focus of this workshop. So first of all, why do we want to fundraise? So we are no profit organization, and to be clear, money are not, I mean, we can organize activity without money. This is clear. This is also something that you could do for motivate your members. So not all the activities that we want to handle needs to be done with the use of money. But of course, there are some specific costs that may be, for example, taxes in your countries that have to be paid because of being legally recognized, or maybe organizing an event, or other bigger activities that for sure need the use of money. So in order to be economically independent, we need to build a fundraising strategy. So let's go to how to organize fundraising. We want to give you this 4-step to fundraise successfully. So this is our proposal, but of course, if you have other ideas that you already tested, that would be also nice, hearing your points, hearing your suggestions, etc. So this is, I want to encourage you to interact also during the session. So first of all, define your goals. Prepare a fundraising campaign. Create all templates to be spread and follow up with the requests. Let's see each one of these step by step. So define your goal. What does that mean? We have to know how much money we need, how much time we have to raise this amount. So we have to understand if the planning an event for the next month can be doable for the financial results that we have, for example. We have to know how many stakeholders we have in mind for that we maybe already have a partnership with, that may be already involved in our events. So for example, if you already partnered with a companies for a past event and they are available for, they show to be available for a second one, this is something to take in count. Otherwise, if you don't know anyone and you have start from zero for looking for someone, this is also important to consider with a timeline, because of course, engage someone that you already know is different from looking for someone that you that have to know you. So the first part, the first point is to analyze all these points. So to make an overview of what you are and what you have at the beginning. The second part is prepare your fundraising campaign. And in order to do it, you should build up an active and motivated team. Normally, the board of each national and local committee is more involved in organizing activity, but this is not a must. I mean, you can engage. This is also an opportunity to engage new members and teach them how to do things. So take in mind this in order to create a continuous handover for such skill. So it's also important give a specific task and responsibility to each member. So divide role is essential, because most problem comes up because people don't communicate properly between each other. So it's like, oh yeah, you should have done this. No, you should have done this. So this is really important. Divide efficiently the task between each member. Third point, it's important to set a clear deadline. And this is important also to monitor the result. So if you, for example, plan to send 50 emails to sponsor before the 15th of January, for example, if you arrive at the 15th of January and you didn't fulfill this duty, of course, you have to reconsider all the deadlines. You have to postpone all the deadlines. So it's important having deadlines also for monitoring the step, the progress that you are making. And in order to monitor it well, we suggest you to schedule a periodic meeting. Periodic meeting means like once a week, for example, especially if you are closer to the event or to the activity, it may be also more than once a week. But scheduling once a week, you can have the opportunity to check every time what you have done, to settle every time new task for the next week. And this way you can easily monitor the process and you can avoid extra delay. Because if you schedule like a meeting each month, you may arrive to the at the end of the month and realize that half of the task haven't been done. So of course, this is a different result. So delaying the event of a month is different than delaying it of a week. And in order to do it, we suggest you to coordinate the team using tools as Trello. Trello is a tool for project management. personally, I find it really useful because you can easily assign tasks to each member, and you can also send a reminder to them directly through their email. So it's pretty cool from my point of view, and it's really easy to use. Then, since in each team there are, of course, more than 2-3 persons at least, it's useful using Drive for sharing file. This is something not really new, I guess. I think you almost, most of you use Drive documents for working team, but it's important to remember it from my point of view. And of course, using also online meetings. If you can't meet with the other OC member in person, it's always doable online. Then there are different tools that you can use for contact sponsors and potential partner. Of course, the email, but it's not the only one. So email is like the formal way to start a contact, but you can also use LinkedIn, which is pretty useful for directly reaching out someone, and also Instagram as well. So writing directly to the Instagram page of a company with your association profile may also be useful to show them how you work with your communication, so for interest them more. Because of course, when you write to someone in Instagram, the first thing they will do is looking into your profile. So if you have a cool profile, a well-managed communication will be easier for you being interested for the sponsors. Okay. Then third part, create all templates to be spread. I don't want to focus here too much because Aya will talk more precisely on it, but please pay attention on these 3 points. So write an email no longer than 200 words, so around 20 rows. Why? So you have to consider that companies read between the 10 and the 30% of the emails that they receive. So that means you have to consider that companies need to work fast. They won't pay attention to email that are written with too much text or with too less information, because with too much text, they don't want to waste their time reading a long text. And if you give them too less information, they don't want to waste time looking for extra information. That's the idea. And also, you have to consider that most of these emails are not even opened. So one of the reason why is maybe because the subject of the email is not attractive. So normally it's better using a not too long subject. So 3 words are okay. And important, you have to make the subject matching with the content of the email. Why? Because it's important. I mean, when you read the subject, for example, discount for our service, and then you read the email and the content is different or something else, it's like, okay, are you kidding me? Do you want to make jokes of me? So it's not really professional in this sense. So pay attention to it. And last point, follow up with the request sent. So you have to consider that it's really rare that with the first email contact, you will receive an excellent, a successful result. So you will for sure need to follow up with the request, because for any reason, I mean, the person that is reading the email may be also involved in other tasks, so may not pay too much attention to your email, even if it was interesting. And maybe just opening it and going for another task, it just forgot to answer to you. So this is a case. So it's important sending reminder, and not sending reminder too late, because if you send it too late, it's like sending a new email, because probably if the employers read the email, it will probably forget after 2 weeks. So generally, the best period for sending reminders is not before 2 or 3 days, and not after 2 weeks. So normally, I'd say that 5, 6, 7 days for sending a reminder, it's totally fine. And something that you can use and could be really useful for following up and understand if your email was open or even not open, that makes the difference. It's using email tracker for Gmail or whatever other email type that you use. So here I suggest you those 2 types, which are free, of course, and really easy to download and to connect to your Gmails, which are Streak and MailTrack. So this way you can know who opened the email and read the test and who didn't open the mail. And this is important because it makes the difference. If someone opened your email but doesn't answer, that may mean that they are not interested, or they didn't find the test interesting or attractive. So that means that you may need to rephrase your test, or also that they may have been interested and then forgot about answering for being involved in other stuff. So you should write a follow-up. If they don't even open the email, maybe because the subject is not attractive, and maybe because your email go to spam, it's also an option, and you should then go for another channel of communication. So for example, calling the companies. This is another option. Or also because you didn't send the email to the right person. So normally, for example, about sponsorship, the right office is the marketing office. So if you send the email to the wrong person, there are 2 things that may happen. The first is that this person doesn't even open the email and cancel it. The second one is that it forwards the email to his colleague, but it doesn't ensure that he opened the email. So this is also an option. Okay. So I will interrupt the sharing my screen so I can start with her part.
Yeah, it's my part to take over. So do you all feel fine? We can continue. You can just do a reaction or thumbs up in the chat. Okay, can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing. So for the second part, after setting your goals, knowing how to reach out to sponsors, it's time to get the money out of them. And in order to contact a sponsor or a partner or future collaborator, as Marta said, there should be an email. And with the email, you can whether attach a booklet or a flyer that you can distribute everywhere, a sponsorship proposal that is more detailed. And when it's time to meet, you can prepare a sponsorship presentation. And once you have the money, you have to do a budget follow-up that we will see with details with Martha at the end. For a booklet, from the most interesting things it should have, we have the name, the logo of the event or the project. So I put the example of the Study Abroad program. It's a program run by EAS World where universities can pay, and then we ensure promotion for their academic courses, etc. So it's the Study Abroad program by EAS. We have a logo, a small picture, our channels on social media so they can have a look at what we do. What you can mention is also the dates and the place of an event or a project if you have them, that it's not always necessary. You can easily describe the topic and a description of your event. For example, we are organizing this national congress and this is what it is. It's a meeting where members from the same national committee would meet, etc. And then the concept of the event, why are you organizing it? So we're organizing this event so people can interact with each other. It's ICEA, it's a scientific event. And then you put the schedule because sponsors would be interested to know where their money would go. What are you organizing? How are you dealing with this project and the timelines? You can also add a description of the conference, the speakers, the workshops, the trainings, anything extra you want to add. And then contact information in case someone is interested, they can reach out to you. And a flyer or a booklet is normally smaller than a sponsorship document proposal. So you can spread it out everywhere. It's an interesting and catchy small document for everyone. Can you see my screen for the Study Abroad program?
Yes.
Yet? So as you see here, we wrote a little statement. So for the readers, we're EIS, we contribute to this and that. Our Study Abroad program allows students from different continents. It's like a little resume for the whole document. And then a small table of contacts. So for example, sometimes a reader would be just interested in the impact and then they can make their decision. It's a reference that you should always put in your documents. And then who we are, as you see, it's very small paragraphs. This is about EIS and a very catchy sentence, the biggest students' organization in the field of agriculture and the year of establishment. And there are pictures that show a group, which means we have a lot of members, our impact is big. And then EBCB or your national committee, the organizing committee, anything that would show them there is real people working behind this thing, our impact. So we're present, our world map, our candidate members, falls, we're in X regions, in X countries, our events that are in collaboration with universities. So collaboration with university is the attracting thing. So a university can be like, oh, they can host an event at mine. They can, my name will be spread in this continent, in this one, etc. And here, what we offer. So we offer to spread your world around international students that would be interested in your university and would apply, because this is what the sponsor would need, or the university. They will need people to apply and they will need visibility, communication. So you need to state what you're offering them. And then we mentioned the packages. Sometimes people would not be really interested to have a meeting to know the prices. So you can mention them, but not really in details, or you can add them as a page. You just, what I normally do is that I add all the prices, etc. And then I choose, do I delete this page or do I keep it? For example, this one, the packages and prices can be deleted. And if they ask for it, I may send it as one page or keep it in the document. It depends on the request. And then the contact information, if someone is interested, they would definitely discuss with someone. moving to a sponsorship document, you should always present the association on a global and a local event. So you can be like, yes, we are EAS Italy, for example. We are present in different local committees, and we are part of EAS World, which is this big organization that has this impact, etc. And you shouldn't hesitate to give 1 or 2 relevant figures highlighting the scope of the association. What we normally always use is the number of members. We are more than 10,000 members, around plus 50 countries and 100 universities, which is a great impact and big numbers. You should always give a schedule of your project or events and an idea like how many participants we will host, how many villages we helped, how many animals we saved, and the budget with a kind of quotations, like we will spend 1,000 on accommodation, we will spend 2,000 on food, 500 on transportation. If it's a project, you can be like, okay, so raw material is 2,000 and transforming is 0 because we will not need money for it, etc. And then you should present the sponsorship offers. You propose as sponsor either to give a specific amount of money, like if you give 1,000 euros, we will put your name on the flyer or your logo. If you give 2, you will get to speak at our event. Or you can exchange for services. I can always reach out to someone that sent me a document and be like, okay, I see that you need transportation for 2,000. I can assure you all the transportation by giving you a bus for the whole duration you asked for. And then it's equivalent of the money they could pay. You should present the organizing committee always, so people know you are working really hard for something, and give 1 to 2 contact persons. And then you can conclude with a few words from the board leader, for example, or it could be in the beginning. This is an example from one of the documents we kind of use. I want to make it big. Yes. So you can, this one is a template I will share with all of you after this meeting. So please type your emails in the chat if you want to receive it. Just make sure you make a copy before you edit it. It's on Canva. So you can just edit the picture, the title of the event, the subtitle, your name of the contact person, etc. And whenever you find something underlined, you could change it about World Congress, about EXCO meeting, about something. And here you can write a small paragraph about the event. Here we have one about EAS World, and you can add one about your local committee. You can add the organizing committee's pictures and names, positions, it's up to you. And then you can describe the event with more details. It will take place from here to there. It will be in this city and this one. We will learn this and this. So you are free to write anything about event or project. And then here, I try to summarize the goals of the event in 3. So you have the scientific sessions that could be the conferences, the webinars, the talks, the discussions, the poster presentation, the excursions and field visits, and then the workshops, everything that could be interactive, a workshop, a training, etc. This is an impact of one of our events, that is ICEA, the International Conference of Youth and Agriculture. So if you have data on the same event and what was its impact before, you could edit this page and mention that the regional directors meeting impacted this many countries in this region, and we have discussed these SDGs, these topics. Here you should state what would the sponsor benefit from funding you. So if I give money, I want to have something back. I put some examples here, which is, the participants want to present their startups and they are looking to fund the startup or do a follow-up with them, so we can send them all these projects and presentations, and they can choose someone. People can present their work and they can choose someone to hire. We can give them promotion because EA's social media is very big and we have a lot of followers, for example. This is an example that you can change. It's the sponsorship packages. These are some familiar names we know from all around the world, but you can change them. For example, as agriculture, we can choose seed, plant, tree, fruit, for example. Doesn't need to have to be this way, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm wrong, but the smallest one has to have the smallest, like, or the weakest name. The more you give, the better is your adjective or your name or your sponsorship packaging. And always the one that gives more gets more advantages than the other ones. So make sure you have at least something less from a package to another one. The difference, yeah, these are just example numbers, but it's better if you have not a big difference between a sponsorship packaging to another one. So you motivate the sponsor to give more. If, for example, I'm telling you, yeah, the bronze is 1,000 and you can only get a leaflet, but if you pay just 500 more, you can get 2 options. And if you pay just 500 more, you can get 3. So you motivate the person to give more. We can always add notes and mention that you're up for discussion, for suggestions, and you can do something specific. Like someone can just tell you, I cannot give 1,000 or 2,000. I want to give 1,500, which is between both of them. So be open for discussion and ask them what they want to pay and how they want the service back, because it doesn't fit into the silver one, for example. Adding the payment procedure is a very nice idea. Someone would just like the event and the project wouldn't have time to meet with you, and they could directly do the payment. It doesn't always happen for events, but I know for projects sometimes, if it's something social, there are donors that would like to do good things in the world and just send money to associations. Adding partners is a plus because you show them that their sponsor will be seen by all these people, all these organizations, and also that people trusted you before, so they can do the same. And as always, you can finish with contact information person, the address, LinkedIn, an email, or a phone number. For the presentation, when you meet with the sponsor, you have to pitch the event or the project. They want to understand more, they want to know more. So your presentation has to be short, but information has to be bigger and more. First, you have to make research about the sponsor. You should know their field of work, what would interest them in your event. For example, in the breakfast action, if I'm reaching out to a supermarket, I will tell them that, yeah, we will distribute your product in a whole region and everyone will know about it, will know about the brand. So they would be interested to expand their horizon and reach out to more households. You should make your presentation catchy. Colors are really nice, and small figures, small designs, not a lot of text. Always try to find a new idea. Maybe creativity in terms of designs could be interesting. Always highlight the benefits the sponsor will get, because they don't care what you do. They care more what they will get. You can demonstrate the expertise of the team and your work. You can also bring back some old examples. Yes, we've already done 10 breakfast actions. We have organized an event every year. This project is running for 4 years now. And then you can summarize and mention that you are able for discussion at the end. They will let you speak. And at the end, you can be like, okay, let's discuss. Please let me know if you have any suggestion or questions. And then another discussion will flow. Before moving to making a budget, I will leave it to Marta to check if everyone can continue.
Yeah, just thumbs up if it's okay going on, or you want 5 minutes break. Okay. I think we can continue. Indeed, this part is not too long, and then we will have a break before the practical part. Okay, let's go back to finance. I lost myself. 1 second. Oh, I just forgot how to use technology. Sorry. Is anyone having a questions or? Okay, I think it was just rumor. All right, let's go to the making budget. So budget is your best friend. So trust it. Because if you, what you want to realize needs incomes. And of course, if you don't fulfill such incomes, you always have to maybe modify aspects or changing ideas. So always check your budget, your financial possibilities. Otherwise, it will be a problem to realize your activities. So always consider your purpose based on what you have or what you will probably have, considering all the sponsorship and the fundraising campaign. So for making a smart budget is important. Always balance expenses and incomes. And always prepare, because this must be done at the beginning, in order to prepare all the documents, the sponsorship documents that are presented. So at first, prepare at least a budget with highest expenses and a budget with lowest expenses. This is just to make you prepare about the all the options that you may face. So if things go in the best way, we will have this and this, and if things go bad, we will have this and this. So it's just to orientate yourself between the range of opportunity that you can get. And always prepare a budget for potential sponsor. So that means that in the budget that you present to sponsor, you can be a bit more optimistic. So that means that you can show your costs. Of course, you better don't double your budget, because it must be a realistic, it must seem a realistic budget. But happened more than one time that maybe the sponsor that we reached out asked to increase the budget because it was too low from their point of view. So it also can happen. So always present 2 or 3 resources of incomes, and include the sponsor you are contacting with, the amount you expect to give you. Okay. From my point of view, you don't have necessarily to present the other sponsor that are supporting you. You may present it if, as I said, if they are university or recognized entity, or other partners, not competitors with this company. and that can give you can give them the idea that you are already in contact with other companies, and they can trust you because you already have that type of partnership with others. So don't hesitate to send the same proposal to several potential sponsors. Yes, about budget, this is the idea. So you have one budget for sponsors that you can send to different companies. And what is important, of course, is that you may have to act differently between big and small companies. So normally big companies appreciate more such professionality and having sponsorship proposal. So they have different offices, they have different employers, so that it's easier for them to share the information with others colleagues. About small companies, maybe they may prefer face-to-face interaction. They may be less interested in giving money directly, but they can provide foods, for example, or gadgets. This is also an opportunity that you have to make evident in your budget and your presentation. So more specifically, this is an example of how to create a budget. Personally, I think that it have to be simple. I mean, if you have huge, great skill in Excel, you can also make it more complicated. But personally, I believe that budget should be easy to understand for the ones that work with it. So the easiest way is make it pretty simple. So as you see, you can divide all the column for description. So what you need, expense per unit, quantity, number of people, and total. Actually, I'm using euro, but of course, any currency is appropriate. And if you are showing the budget to one of your local committee, it's better to use your local currency, of course. So as you see, this is just an example. I didn't fill it completely. It was just to show you how it could look like. So like hosting place, food, transportation, merchandising. Of course, this should be considered on the activities that you plan. So for example, if you need the bus for going in a trip, or you need a train because it's easily to move, that depends just on what you want to do. And this structure can be used both for the positive and the negative, let's say the optimistic and the less optimistic budget. And I just easily divide outcomes and incomes, so you can always monitor it, how much you need and how much you have at the moment. So that's the idea. And the formula that are used in this example specifically are really simple. So basically just multiply each unit expense for the quantity that you need, and have a sum of each categories that may help you to understand which is the category that costs more to your financial to your finance, and then having a total expenses. That's the idea. I will give you also a different example of budget in the file that I will share with you later. What I want to underline is that this is just you know, an option. You don't have to strictly follow this structure. If you feel more comfortable changing something, doing something different, it's fine. It's totally fine. You have to find your way to create a budget that it's easy to use for you. This is my advice. So tips. This is like really a basic use of Excel. So fix Excel using the symbol dollar, and extend formula to all columns for make it simple. Use the function max or minimum for highlight your biggest small income expense. And yes, this is my vision. Less is more, so you don't need to make it too complicated. Okay, and about how to report the use of money. So it happens, for example, if sponsors require it, or if your university maybe requires some documents, it doesn't necessarily, I mean, companies don't ask for financial report very often, but it may be more important if you apply for grants, for example, or as I said, for university that provide you money. So present the outcomes of your project. You should show the activities done and the budget with bills and invoice. So please keep it. Of course, normally the partner asks during the negotiation if they are interested or not of receiving such documents. So as I said, most of them are not interested to seeing bills and invoices, but it's always nice to present the outcomes in order to show them what happened, to show them their contribution was important and had effects, you know. So of course, thanks to the sponsors, they may appreciate to receive like an emails, as I said, with the report, where you thank with them, and this is also an opportunity to involve them in other project to build up a longer relationship. So many times happens that there is not a properly handover between sponsors or companies that collaborate for projects, and then change the board, or simply they are not followed up, so they are just forgotten. And then maybe 1 year later, when the committee needs to organize another event, they have to start from zero again. So following up with sponsor, it's also important to involve them in other activities, for example, the exchange program, to keep working with them and keep active the contact. So don't forget, have a nice layout and a picture. That always helpful. Communication is always helpful. And also because sponsor may use such picture, such report for promoting their image. They may use this material for their promotion, so it's important that it's well done. Okay, so we finished the theoric part, and at this moment we can have 10 minutes of break, so we can chill a bit, and then Aya will introduce the practice part. Okay, please, if you have a question, you can write it in the chat, or feel free to ask it.
Yes, so now it's 2:56 GMT 0. Let's meet in 9-10 minutes, which would be 3-5 minutes. Is that okay for everyone to have a 10 minutes break?
They are already gone.
It's cool.
Hello, Lalan bro. What's up? Hello, Lalan.
Hello, be back. Sorry. We are having a few minutes break, so we will start again in 5 minutes, okay? And if you lost part of the workshop, don't worry, because we will send the records through email, okay?
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I think we can start coming back from from the break.
Okay.
Aya, are you there? Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Is everyone back? Yeah, please put thumbs up if you are back or on your camera. Unmute yourself. Amazing. Before starting, I would like to ask, is there someone from Mexico here? No. Is there someone from Greece? Is there someone from the Regional Board of America? Or so, Kari.
Sí, hola, hi chicos.
Hi, Kari, how are you? Is there someone from the Exchange Quality Board? No. Is there someone from Belgium?
Yes.
Yes. I also see Jonathan.
Hello.
Hello. Is there someone from Italy?
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So I try to keep in mind what events will be taking place soon. And I kind of know some of the constitutional events that will be taking place this year. As you can see here, I suggest to make a sponsorship proposal and maybe a budget too, if we have time, for one of these events or projects. So the EAS World Congress that takes place every year, the biggest constitutional event will be in Mexico. So if we try to do this little exercise, we can give it to them as a gift. Many EAS members are helping you with your sponsorship booklet. The exchange coordinators meeting will take place in Greece, so we can also help them do the same. Then there is a national meeting in EAS Italy, as Ana Laura said. We can motivate them to start working, and the breakfast action in EAS Belgium. What we will do is that I will share with you this little sponsorship proposal document. And in 30 minutes, you have to change the title, the subtitle, edit it according to the chosen topic or event. And then we will have to see what you made. So now I will make breakout rooms. And I will assign people from Latin America maybe to Woco, so you can provide information to your team. What's like the currency, if you could help. I know you're not from Mexico, but you could have an idea. How much is the cost of transportation, of accommodation, etc. Ana Laura, you can be in Team Italy. Jonathan and Elisa in Team Belgium. And then everyone else, I will just mix. You can be anywhere and you can just follow up with your leader.
In the meantime, I'm sharing in the in the WhatsApp. In the chat a link. Only if you can open it and download the documents that are there. So there are two documents, one for scouting sponsors and one for making budgets. And these are bases that you can use for helping you in creating this sponsorship proposal. So just the budget one maybe would be the most appropriate for this exercise, but keep it. We will send it even through email after the event, but keep this document so you can have an idea of what you can create for making budget for events. Can you react if you can open and download this document? Okay. Thank you, Ole. Thank you, Brian. Perfect. Okay, go ahead. Yes, sorry.
Okay. Who wants to be leader for the exchange coordinators meeting? Brian, are you here?
We have a volunteer.
Okay. Agengo, right? From Ghana. I just want to make sure that your mic is on so you can also communicate with your team.
Can you hear us, Agengo? Maybe not. So, no, disappeared. Okay.
Okay, so I will open all rooms and then share with each of you a link, or maybe, yeah, it's a Canva. I will share with every one of you a link in the group.
Hello. Are you there? No. Are you here? Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I don't know if you were there, but we are having an exercise moment. So basically, the others are divided in breaking rooms, and I think this can be considered as a breaking room because I see 6 of you. So if you want, you can do this exercise together. So basically, the idea is to create a sponsorship document for an event. Okay. You can see in the chat, I shared a link where you can find the Canva basic design, and you should copy it in order to do not modify it for all. So you should copy this basic model and fill it. So there shall be a leader for this group who is the volunteer for it. Anyone wants to be leader? Be back.
Can you repeat it again? I could not hear properly due to network issue.
Sure. So we are doing an exercise. So basically in groups, so this is your group, you should realize a sponsorship document. Okay, so in the chat, you can find the link with the document, and with your group, you should fill it. Okay. So you can choose an event that could be, who knows, the directors meeting of Africa, or also a conference, something different, whatever you want. And then you modify the document, you coordinate the task for the other members of the group, and you realize it. It's fine for you? All for you all? I don't know
Okay.
if you can hear. Okay.
There is no link in the chat.
Could you repeat? Okay.
There is no link in the chat.
Can't you see it? Let me send it again. Okay, can you check the chat again? I sent it again. Do you see it?
It's not showing.
Pardon?
Can anyone see it in chat? Because it's not showing in mine.
Okay. Okay. Can anyone see it? Maybe someone else can open it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, Daishin, if you can share your screen so everyone can see the document and make a copy of it, and you can start together working on it.
Now the link appears.
Okay, because you're through mobile phone. Okay. Okay. I will also send again another link that where you can find 2 documents that may be useful to keep about how to look for sponsors, how to monitor sponsors, and how to do budget. Hello, Gopal.
Yes.
Have you finished the session? I thought you was in another room.
Do we have to open Canva through our PC?
Yes. Or through your mobile phone, but I guess it's harder working on it through mobile phone. So I think Sachin will open it, correct?
PC will be better than mobile for Canva.
Okay, we can start. Should we go into breakout room or should we start here?
Yeah, I mean, this is already a kind of breakout room because we are 6 of us, so you can work with the people which are there, you know.
Okay, I need to copy this one, yeah? Make a
Yes,
copy of this
yes. Can you also share the screen so everyone can see?
one. Okay. Give me a few seconds.
I don't see your screen yet. Can you share it?
Wait for a few seconds, I'm sharing it.
Mhm.
What is the option for copying the presentation? Is there any option?
Yes. Okay. When you open it,
Yeah.
seconds. On the upper part, on the right, on the left, click on File and then make a copy.
Sure.
Yes, make a copy. Perfect. Okay.
Did it do or what?
Yes. You can see on the upper part you have another window open of Canva, Untitled Design.
No, this is not the one. Wait,
Make a copy.
copy.
Continue editing. Doesn't it work?
No, it didn't work.
Okay, let me try. Let me try. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't work for you, but it works for me, so I can share the screen. Okay.
So
Okay.
Okay, I will share my screen so you can all see. Okay, this is the copy
okay.
here. Okay, so then basically what we have to do is to change this design and okay. Anyone with the link? So I will send you the link in the chat and you should be able to access to it. So we should decide an event and prepare this sponsorship document for it. Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to propose an event, maybe an upcoming event?
We can do some kind of social work or anything which can impact the environment or work on the climate change.
Yes, whatever. Give me a title.
timetable?
You can write it. You can write it directly. You can write it directly in the file.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Then I think we can go to the, you could change full name, contact, etc., but it's not relevant to do it at the moment. So I think it's more relevant reasoning more on the other parts. So as you see about us, about the event, for example, about the event. So let's describe this event. Which is the purpose of the event? Someone called me from another session, so please continue it following this line. I will come back in a few seconds.
Okay. Hello, Gopal. Soon right. Gopal.
Yes, with this.
How are you?
Fine. And what's about you?
All good. Where are you currently studying?
In JP Car College, Nepal, Vodgaon. And you?
I'm from another country.
From where?
India.
Oh, nice. Nice to meet you.
What are you currently studying?
BSc AG,
Which semester?
second.
Oh, you are junior than me.
And what's about you?
I'm currently studying in 5th semester.
Oh, that's fine.
All good here. How's going?
Just talking with each other.
Normal
Okay.
chat.
Okay, that's fine. It's talking
Sachin
about.
Mitra left the group, so we cannot see what's in that Canva design.
That's strange. Even with the link I shared now, the last link I shared, you can enter.
No, I'm currently not in my room, so I cannot use. And my PC is not with me, so I cannot go through it.
Okay. Let's go back. Then I will share the screen.
I tried with mobile, but it did not.
Okay, got it. Yes, I don't know if Sachin.
Yeah, we
is
can
not
see now.
Okay. Okay, so this is basically the document. I don't know if you were present also during the presentation of Aya, but the idea was to modify it in order to have it prepared for an event. So Sachin suggests to do the document for this event, taking this trade doc, but
Yes.
I don't really know what is it. So yeah, I mean, if you are all with your mobile phone, I guess it's not easy modifying such a document. If you want, we can just have a look at it, and if you have questions, if you want to ask something, feel free to speak. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, the first part is about the presentation of the association of the event. The second part is should show the organizer's picture, just to empathize more with the sponsors, just to show them that we are real people. It's good to do.
But there should be organizer's photo and full name.
Could you repeat?
There should be organizer photo and name. In
Yes.
second.
Yes. In
In second row. Yes, here. Organizer's full name and photo should be here.
What do you mean? Like, if you need to I didn't get your question, sorry.
What should we add here? Photo of organizers?
Okay, yes, you should add here the picture of each of you. So for example, full name, like my name, Marta Ciampechini, and then a picture of me, and maybe you could also add the role in the organization, you know? So for example, national director or whatever. So this is the idea. This part should be filled with picture. You don't have to put all the picture of the organizers, but showing, or you could also, instead of having one picture for each of you, you could show one entire picture of all of you together and writing the organizing committee, you know, so the organizers. This is also doable if you prefer.
Okay, now I understand.
Okay, then this is the part with the name of the event and the description. You can also change a bit the design if you prefer, but here you should put like a picture of a past event or simply of your local committee during an event, and write something more about the event that could be relevant, like it gathers youth researcher from all over the region, or any detail that you may underline for give a more precise image of your event. Then expected outcomes. So for these are just examples. Of course, each event has is goals. So you should modify it considering what you want to obtain from this event. And this is cool to know. And then of course the budget part. So for showing which are the expenses that you must face for organizing it.
Okay.
And if you're talking with with local sponsors, of course you should write it with the currency of your country. This is just an example. And this is also important, making clear that they don't need to provide necessarily money, but they can contribute with other offers like venues, speakers, materials, and in kind. So many companies prefer not to give money, but provide foods or services. This is also interesting for building up an event. And this is really important, the benefit. So you should always reason on why a company should sponsoring me, which are the benefits that they can achieve, because of course this is what they are interested in, and this is really important. Okay, I think the others will come back soon.
Yes, I closed all the breakout rooms, so they have maximum 1 minute.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. So to be quick and to finish in time, from the team of the breakfast action, who wants to present the work?
But it's not really finished.
Yeah, just what you have done so far. It's okay.
Okay, I can share my screen. Okay, so we try to make a budget, and for the breakfast action, so we get free food from food companies. So, for example, we wanted to send 500 breakfasts, so it's a minimum. And so we get free food for that, so the outcome is 0. And we would like 10 things per breakfast, so finding at least 10 sponsors. But we have other outcomes. For example, the gas for the transportation, paper bags to make the breakfast packages, the promo materials, and also some food we have to buy by ourselves. But the data are not really precise, like it's some random numbers. We didn't have the time to think about it very precisely. But the total will be more or less 600 euros. And if we send all the breakfasts, we will have like a total of 2,500 euro. And so it's an amount we would like to have. For example, for another event we organize, a motivational weekend, if the budget is like 2,000 euros, so it will balance or depends. So that's it's not really detailed, but it's like a first view.
Thank you, Olivia. Yes, Marta.
Yes, I want to just comment 2 things that may be useful to note also for the others. So first, pay attention to the division and how you insert each expense. For example, I see promo material under food, under the section of food. This is not properly correct. They should be under other expenses, and or with another, or you can also choose to create another division. But if you keep the division in category, pay attention of filling it correctly, because otherwise it may be confusing. And also, I think you should also always consider to write the budget in a way that everyone that don't know, that see it for the first time, should understand it. So for example, in the notes, writing 600 as number, it doesn't really make sense for someone that look at it and think, what does it mean, you know? So in the description, in notes, you can write just numbers. You should write something also, because if you go, for example, if you see now this budget and then you come the next week and maybe you don't remember why you wrote such amount, it's going to be confusing. So never be too short in giving explanation from my point of view, because this may seem a bit confusing.
Yeah, and I have one comment. What Marta shared is not a set example. You can edit it. So at your place, I would have deleted everything, such as the host in place, the gadgets, because you don't need it. I would add all my expenses and I could see the total at the end of the table, which could have been easier to read. But thank you so much, Elisa, for presenting.
Yeah, of course, it's important. We don't born with all the skill that we need, so it's important try, and we always make something wrong and we have to start again. So
Okay, team of the national meeting in Italy, who would like to present?
I can present if you want to.
Yes.
go, Anna.
Okay. So we haven't had much time to finish, like we just started to work on the sponsorship document. So the sponsorship proposal. We imagine that our ideal sponsor will be the university. So we imagine to write to our university. So we have written something about the national meeting to say that it is something that happens every year, and every year a different committee organizes it. And it is an opportunity to bring students together of different cities, of different universities, to learn something about the local agri-food sector. And it is also a chance for the local university to get known by other students and maybe to present its opportunities to future students. And we have written a brief description of the event. We have written when it's going to take place, where we are having our housing, which businesses we are going to visit, and other activities that we are going to do, and of course, like a presentation of the university. We haven't had a lot of time to work on this area, but we imagine that like the goals of our excursions to local businesses or to even bigger industries are to get a wider perspective on the field of agriculture or of food technologies, and share ideas about local businesses, small businesses, big businesses, etc. And we haven't had a lot of time to elaborate on this, unfortunately. And we then wrote a simple budget. I had most of the work already done because I remember a lot of it, unfortunately, luckily. So we just reached the total of little more than 3,000 euros in total, given that our main expenses are going to be for the housing and food. And that's where we have gotten so far.
Thank you, Anna Laura. I can just mention that in this document, you can change anything that is underlined, but make sure when you edit to remove it so it looks like a coherent paragraph. For example, if you go up, all this, you can remove underline, and here you can just select everything and remove the let me show you. No, remove effetti.
Effetti?
And then click on the little arrow next to the template, the thing you see on the left. No,
here.
on the left of the page.
The
That's
left of the page is here.
This little down, like here in front of the template. Marta, explain how to remove the...
I'm lost. What do you want to do?
Remove template, progetto. She can remove it, the black thing.
Remove the black thing.
Do you see?
Ah, okay. Toglila,
okay.
esatto.
Yes, thank you. Yes, that's better.
You can delete all the other points.
You understand Italian better than me.
Yes.
Thank you, Anna Laura. Fabian, do you want to present a document for WOCO?
Okay. Wait for me, I will share my screen. So let's keep it like this. Okay. Yeah. So this year is the 66th edition of the World Congress. So here's like the theme, that's technical transfer and sustainability in food systems. We try to like put a little bit about the WOCO with them, like that is important for our organization because it will gather everyone to discuss about the future of it and also what we will be focusing due to the team. And then we have like the picture, as I said, to like know that there are real people working on it. We try to put like we are like a lot of like the NGO has done a lot of projects and activities, and that's why each year we have to have the World Congress to, you know, decide future and like the next year's people and everything. And also, but it's important to know about this changing technology because that's the topic. Then we have the details, that's the schedule and the outcomes that I have helped here. We also put it like, you know, the goals of the workshops in work call to action, in sustainability and everything. We also like try to call the attention of the possible sponsors doing to Mexico is one of Latin America's like culinary destinations. So to learn and to know about the food systems and the sustainability, it's like important because that's where the food comes from. Then we have the estimated expenditures. Here we forgot to change it to dollars because it's easier due to the country. The offers, then the benefits, that's you will have like opportunity to engage with the actual sponsors that IAS has for the event and also the universities, and that will like be attractive for the sponsors that we want to also have. Then the things that we always say, like the this is an inclusive event and everything, and then the opportunity that the sponsor, if it's like like not an organization, like I don't know the English word right now, like una empresa, you know, you can you can like collaborate with them, you can have them, you can contact them and that stuff. Then here I use example that many countries in Latin America, when it's a big event, we don't, that doesn't mean that we have like big organizations that can give us a lot of money. Here we have also the money, but something that we learned organizing WOCO last year, organizing the Exco, sorry, last year, is that you can change this because the most of sponsors that you can reach to and can respond to you are the ones that are people who sell products. So that's why here in the fourth one, it's an international event, and we have this option that is keynote spot during the opening or closure of WOCO. I also put this, that is the most thing that these like little selling stores want. That is, during the event, you can promote and sell directly your product to literally a lot of international people that will go to. So that's what is appreciated by them. And then the partners, the local partners, they, and then like the contact information, and that's it. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Fabian.
Okay.
Very well. I just have a comment. So thank you, Fabian, because indeed, you personalized this project sponsorship proposal. And as you said, in any countries, in any region, there are different results that companies expect from the event. So it's important also to understand better what they want to get in return in order to be attractive for them. So yes, this is just an example, but you must personalize all these options.
Okay, nice.
Thank you, Fabian.
Thank you too.
Okay, so now we have Q&A. Does anyone have any questions for Marta and I? Comments, feedback on the session?
In the meantime, I send in the chat the link for giving us feedback, and it's anonymous, so feel free to insult us. Not too much. I don't want to cry. Please be gentle with this. But sure, write all your expectation, your disappointment on it. It's really helpful. Okay, any question, guys? I can really take a part at the program in Italia. Oh, Anna Laura, this is for you. The program in Italia.
It's the national meeting of the Italian committees. So like, unfortunately, it's not for other countries, but maybe in the future we can organize like a World Congress in Italy.
Yeah, ambitious. I like you.
But I won't be there, so it's up to the future members.
Will you be there next year, Anna Laura?
I don't know, because I'm probably going to graduate in October. Now that I said it, it's probably going to be the next year, but okay. And so maybe I'm going to pass the role down to new members.
I want to give you an input, but don't put too pressure on you. But maybe also for national events, committees can reserve few spots for international participants. So like 5 participants from all over the world, and you can invite other committees. It's up to you.
That could be an idea.
And you can make them pay more than locals.
Ah, yeah, come on.
You need money, eh?
Okay. Okay.
I will go because I am lacking sleep. I will leave you the chat to chat if someone wants to stay. But thank you guys for joining and for staying as well.
Yes. We will send all the materials through email.
Yes.
Anna Lara is gone, Diop, but I think they will think about it, but I can.
I'm still here.
Oh, sorry.
I think we can discuss it. We are going to have a meeting next week, but like I don't know. We can discuss it.
I like how you said probably I'm going to graduate in October next year. Like I said that last year. Normally I'm going to graduate in September. I'm writing my thesis right now.